Most abilities in Overwatch serve a purpose and fit well into their hero's kit. Some, though, seem to fit too well. In today's video, I have generated a list of the 5 best abilities in Overwatch in my opinion. Now, take this list with a grain of salt because these are my opinions, as I just said. So if you disagree with them, be sure to tell me which abilities you think are more powerful down in the description. For now, let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, we have the weakest ability on our list, but it is by no means weak. Number 5 is Sleep Dart. Jeez, man, I cannot tell you how many times I've been slept. Macreal, slept. Whole Hog, slept. Death Blossom, slept. You really get the idea. Ana's Sleep Dart is a utility like no other. Nothing can really be compared to how it works. You don't even need to use it on someone who's ulting to get value. Landing Sleep Dart on anyone gives you an advantage for like 20 minutes, because that's how long it lasts. Or, that's what it feels like when you're slept at least. But seriously though, being the only ability in Overwatch that can shut someone down instantly and for a few seconds guarantees Sleep Dart the number 5 spot on our list for top 5 best abilities in Overwatch. Moving on to number 4, we have the most annoying ability in Overwatch. Hands down, Roadhog's Hook is not only annoying as hell, but it's extremely useful as well. It is a great ability. Roadhog's Hook enables Roadhog to insta-kill over 60% of the heroes in Overwatch. If you don't know anything about Overwatch, this probably sounds OP. I mean, 60% of the heroes in the game and you can insta-kill them? Well, those stats are true, and you can kill a lot more if you combo with your other abilities. Like if you right-click someone as Roadhog, then you hook them, and then you left-click them and melee them, you're going to be dealing a huge amount of damage. It's kind of disgusting. And this is all ignoring its hitbox. I won't even try to explain the physics behind it, because I think it travels through at least 5 other dimensions before it hits your target. I don't understand. It's kind of a crazy tool. Don't even try to argue that Roadhog's Hook is not a powerful ability. And also, don't be that guy that tries to claim that Roadhog's Hook works perfectly. We all know there are those times where you were hooked through a wall, around a corner due to lag or lag compensation and ping issues. Roadhog's Hook is by no means broken, but it's also not perfect either. I've seen some ridiculously crazy hooks in my time. Regardless though, Roadhog's Hook has the utility like nothing else. No ability can be compared to the picking power of Roadhog's Hook, and that is why we have it at number 4 on the top 5 most powerful abilities in Overwatch list. Moving on to number 3, we have Donald Trump's favorite ability, Ice Wall. All jokes aside, Mei's Ice Wall is stupidly powerful when used properly. It has more utility than any other ability in the game. Let's look at everything this wall can do. 1. You can protect your teammates from getting insta-killed by Roadhog even after they're hooked. 2. You can put it up to protect teammates that are stunned or slept by Ana. 3. It can stall enemies from getting to an objective. 4. It can separate teams, breaking them up into smaller groups that are easier to take out. 5. It can boost you to hard-to-reach locations. And 6. It can probably deny about 50% of the ultimates in the game when used properly. Like things like Zarya's Graviton Surge, if you put a proper Mei wall down, the enemy team can't capitalize that and you'll be safe. Reinhardt's Earth Shatter can be completely blocked by this, so can Reaper's Death Blossom, so can a lot of abilities. You can deny so many ultimates just with a well-placed Mei wall. This thing is insane. Honestly, it could be at the number 1 position, and I hesitate to put it at number 3, but the next 2 abilities are so powerful and so commonly used, I had to leave it at number 3, but I wouldn't even argue with you if you tried to put it at number 1. Let's move on to one of our last 2 abilities. Coming in at number 2, this ability should surprise no one. Maybe the position will surprise you, but you should have expected Reinhardt's Shield on this list. This ability is so widely accepted as one of the best in the game simply because you pretty much need a Reinhardt in most game modes. Pushing the payload, pushing an assault map, unless you're running a weird dive comp or some other composition, not that dive comps are weird, unless you're running an alternate composition, Reinhardt is a staple, and it all stems from having this super powerful shield. A shield that your team can shoot through that the enemy cannot, and it blocks most abilities in the game, and almost all damage that can possibly hit you is hard to argue with as one of the most powerful abilities in the game. It's so simple, but so good at the same time. It's honestly hard to explain. Now, let's talk about the head honcho, the number one, the best ability in Overwatch. I'm gonna ask you now that you take this once again with a grain of salt, because these are just my opinions. So what ability did I place at number one? Zarya's barrier. Both her own and her projected barrier, given that they're practically the same thing, I've grouped them together and said that they are the best ability in Overwatch. I mean, think about it. This thing is nuts. Teammate overextends, shield him. Your Reaper is ulting, shield him. Enemy D.va bomb, you now have full charge and you deal double damage. This ability is so powerful, it is no wonder Blizzard is nerfing it. They're not nerfing any of the other abilities on my list, just this one, which is kind of a little bit more evidence that this one is more powerful. When you shield someone, you give the enemy team two choices. Let someone be fully invulnerable for a few seconds, or fully charge the enemy Zarya and let her team wipe you. Really, there's no good option here. If an enemy gets shielded by Zarya, it is lose-lose for you. There is no counterplay other than possibly shooting through the shield, feeding Zarya, and then trying to kill her before she does too much damage with her maximum charge you just gave her. Honestly, this ability is probably one of the hardest to play around, which also makes it one of the best to have on your team. The utility is amazing, being able to save teammates, and the fact that it also gives you more damage when you do so properly honestly makes me believe that Zarya's barrier is the best ability in Overwatch. I also have two honorable mentions. We'll start with one that I have for Tracer, and that is her blinks. Let's not lie here, Tracer's blinks are the reason she's good. It is her whole kit, and if you really want to think about it, her recall is in there as well, so you can kind of group her blinks and her recall together. They're the reason Tracer is good, and they're the reason she has so much mobility, so they are by far one of the best abilities in the game, given that without them, she would be a terrible hero, whereas someone like McCree, I mean, if McCree didn't have any of his abilities, he'd probably still see some play, I mean, if they balanced him accordingly, whereas Tracer, she needs that mobility to do well, so it's no surprise that those blinks and that recall are very powerful. And the last one, the last honorable mention, is Genji's deflect. Genji's deflect is so stupid, I considered it to put it on the list, honestly. You can deflect so many ultimates. With just one basic ability, you can steal all of the enemy's ult charge and use it against them, if you think about it that way, which is a very powerful ability, no doubt. Not only that, you don't even need to deny ultimates with it to get value out of it. If you're pushing with a Rhine, enemy teams are just shooting at it mindlessly. I've seen Genjis just walk up in front of the Rhine and deflect for a few seconds, and you deflect so much damage back at the enemies. You can charge your Dragon Blade so quickly. It honestly, deflect could have made it on the list. I considered it heavily, and some of you might put it up there anyway. This is the end of the video for now, so if you're not a fan of the channel and you really don't care about what's going on, you can just leave a like right now if you enjoyed, because it would help me out greatly, and maybe follow me on Twitter at LoneHawk. That's a 0, not an O. But for the rest of this video, we're just going to do a little bit of an announcement here and a little bit of, housekeeping things. For one, like I said, follow me on Twitter. I've been saying we're going to do a giveaway soon, but that's because I thought I was going to hit 5,000 followers on Twitter like ages ago. So once we hit 5,000 followers on Twitter, we're going to be doing a giveaway, probably a few copies of Overwatch codes or PS4 codes or Xbox codes, whatever you like. Whatever you play on, if you win, that's what you'll get. Also, it seems like a lot of you are unaware of the fact that I have a Discord server, which surprises me because I'm there all the time. I spend about an hour a day solely on the Discord server, and I hop on it pretty much during every class. Every opportunity I get, I'm there interacting with you guys. So if you really want to talk to me, chill with some fans, the Discord server is the place to go. Not only that, but if you're interested in playing for a team, for my team, be sure to head to that Discord server, because we're kind of like holding tryouts. I'm not actually really on the team anymore. I'm just too busy with school right now. But over the next summer and over the next, few months or whatever, I will be playing more of the team once I get more time. And if you're on the team already, you'll get a chance to play with me, and you'll get a chance to play with 5 other people that all really care about a team, and you can probably get pretty good and climb really high. Regardless, that's all we have today. Are we at 10 minutes yet? Did I reach the mark of the point where I need to reach? Otherwise, YouTube gets mad at me. I don't even know why I need to hit 10 minutes, guys. I just know if you don't hit 10 minutes, the YouTube algorithm hates you, honestly. So if you ever see me just struggling to get to 10 minutes, it's because it helps you out as a YouTuber so much, and I don't understand why. Regardless, though, I'll see you guys all later. Lone Hawk out.